Good morning, this is your girl, Texas Black Diamond, and once again, thank you for tuning in to Texas Black Diamond Entertainment. I have been sitting here thinking, and I had followers inbox me, call me, are you going live? Are you going live? I'm like, well, no. I am not the one to want to spread bad news, and we have enough people that's going to be on there giving the bad news. And for one, you're gonna have the ones that I told you so, and so no, I didn't get on there. I didn't want to look at anything. I didn't want to entertain anything. I had my own thoughts. I sat back and started thinking about certain things, reading Judge Ann's, final response to deny Robert's bond. But I said, looking at it, I'm like, okay, so you feel that Robert Sylvester Kelly is a danger to society, and we're gonna deny him. And I'm like, oh, okay, is he a danger to society for you? Chicago don't think so. They're ready to release him on house arrest, so he will be on house arrest in Chicago, not New York. And I think at this point in time right now, New York is the danger to society. With what they're going through, how many people has passed away, from this corona and pre conditions that they have going on. And then I started thinking, they said intimidating the witnesses. You have two that you're not releasing, and you have the other ones that's parading around, that's putting their statements all on radio stations, TV shows, fake documentaries. So they're running their mouth already. So I mean, who's gonna stop them? They constantly and continue to run their mouths. So his fans' opinions, how it's gonna stop them when they're continuing to talk. And it's unheard of to have alleged accusers and witnesses to go around parading around, taking a press tour on trying to get money, speaking on talk shows, and etc. And then I thought about it. I'm like, so they feel like, oh well, his supporters working for Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I'm like, who gave them this idea? I can name 3 people, and I'll let you guys use your imagination on that. Maybe, well, I can even say 4 or 5, okay? Just use your imagination. And so then I thought about it. I'm like, well, she said he has a history of paying off witnesses or intimidating them by keeping them silent. And okay, why would you say that when you had a few of them sign no non-disclosure agreements, exchanging for money for their pain and suffering, as they claim? So I feel when you settle out of court, or you settle for money, this is something saying, well, this person is paying me for my pain and suffering, so I have seek justice that way. So I prefer to take the money over going to the authorities and having my day in court for my justice. And so that's what these female the majority of the females has done. And then you think about it, well, Robert Sylvester Kelly didn't know of half of the settlements that were made, if any. Doing my research, he fought the people that tried to accuse him and said, no, I will not, because I didn't do this. But when you have a team that's in your camp that's doing shady stuff without your knowledge, just so they can get paid using the little fishes in the pond to make money, that's a red flag as well. Okay? And then you say, well, we decide to go ahead and go forward because I feel that we need to bring back up the 2001 indictment because I'm not satisfied with the turnout. So basically you're saying our system is not good enough for you. When we say we'll allow them to have their day in court to prove their innocence, which he did in 2008. Okay? So we say, well, he paid off RL. When they went before, when RL and her parents went before the grand jury, 2008, Robert Sylvester Kelly didn't have any knowledge of that. He didn't have any knowledge of that. So they testified in front of this grand jury, and you ask, RL, is this you on the tape with this man that y'all couldn't even identify during the trial? RL stated to the grand jury, prosecutors, no, that is not me. So you put RL's mother on the stand, raised her hand on the Bible, swore under oath in front of judge, grand jury, and prosecutors. Is this your daughter RL on the tape with this person? No, mother stated, this is not my daughter. And as she gets off the witness stand, they call RL's father up. Raise her hand, put your hand on the Bible. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. RL father, did you look at this tape and can you point your daughter out on this tape? Is this your daughter? No, that is not my daughter. Okay. So 2002, you decide to go ahead anyway and indict Robert Sylvester Kelly. We're going to indict him anyway. So therefore, it didn't stop you back in 2001. So why is it stopping you now? So what his fans or his supporters have to do with you proceeding with your case? Okay, I thought about that. So then we have them saying, oh, well, he don't have any preconditions. He's not in his 60s and up, so he'll be fine, right? So I'm like, this popped up on my phone. A 5-year-old little girl, African American, died with the coronavirus, which she was tested before she got really ill. They thought it was like throat issue, an infection in the throat. Doc went to the doctor. She gets checked. Hey, this 5-year-old African American, healthy, young little girl is diagnosed with coronavirus. I think 4 or 5 days later, she passed away with no health conditions. And so I'm like, okay, you have your honor in New York say, hey, well, he's 53, so he's like 12 years younger than what they say you'll die from. So obviously you're in New York, you're not even doing your homework as far as the coronavirus. Okay. And so then, I continue to think, and I continue to think. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at it like, well, Robert's not going to get a fair trial anyway, because you have people already judging him off a lifetime life fiction documentary. And so I'm like, now you're refusing to give him the ability to be able to speak with his lawyers, to go over his case, to fight his case, to fight for his innocence, to have his day in court, to have due process. I don't see that. Then I start thinking, I'm like, oh wow, they have deleted all this guy's constitutional rights. They are deleted. Then we say, okay, we'll let all of these people out. In New York, we're releasing people. And I'm like, why in the world they refusing to release a guy that's just sitting in there waiting on his trial? Then I continue to read her final response and answer to releasing Robert. And she goes on to say, hey, yeah, I know that he actually, complied and did everything he was ordered to do during his 2008 indictment. I'll say 2002. The trial took place in 2008. The RL family went in front of the grand jury 2001, indictment 2002. So from 2002 up to his trial, he complied. So then she said, well, I'm going to just go ahead and use the excuse. She always come with an excuse. Well, now I'm going to just go ahead and come up with the excuse. Well, because he paid them off. Okay. How he paid them off? How did he pay them off? They wasn't on their vacation from 2001 to 2008. They weren't on vacation. So the prosecutors wanted to get the family to come to court and testify. And they say, no. Why? We already told you in front of the grand jurors, under oath, hand on the Bible, that's not our daughter. I told you guys, that's not me. This is not me, RL. I told you guys that. So why should I stick around for court when that's not me on the tape? And I told you guys that you have your statements, you have your recorded statements, you have me recorded, documented, standing under oath. So why should I stick around? Okay. They wasn't hiding. They weren't overseas like for years. Okay, they were still working as planned, making their money and and things like that. So I'm trying to figure this out. Why is a judge for 2020 reaching all the way back, her and her prosecutors reaching all the way back to a 2002 indictment that this guy clearly defended himself and proved his innocence? Okay. So now we'll say, hey, we're going to make this an enterprise. And we're going to say, Daryl McDavis was one of his handlers going around paying off people like RL not to testify. Right? So I'm like, So now you guys trying to take the guy's Daryl McDavis, lawsuit money for unpaid wages from Robert Sylvester Kelly and make it money that Robert gave him to pay off people. I'm like, okay. Oh, we're really fishing. Let's just throw the little fishes out in the pond so we can get the big fish. So I continue to go on, and I'm like, hey, now we're gonna keep him in, and we're gonna continually deny him. And now this is New York. This is New York because, like I already told you guys on our video last year, do not take the bait. The feds will do any and everything to get you to plead, because that's how they have a high conviction rate, by scaring you to plead. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, you're gonna do 80% to 100% of the term. I'm like, okay, but if you didn't do anything, why continue to fight? So I'm like, okay, they're at this point, we're trying to break him. We're trying to kill his spirit. We're trying to get him to tap out and plead. And this is what they do. They do it well. Okay? So if you notice, everybody, hey, yeah, we'll let him out. Our jurisdiction will. We don't see any problem. He's always complied. He always done whatever he needed to do. Then I continue to read prosecutors and Your Honor of New York's response. Okay? He will flee. He will flee. He will flee from us. And I'm like, the same man that they had to actually put a needle in him and knock him out to get him on the plane. And I'm thinking, what kind of life will this person have, Robert Sylvester Kelly, if he run off? When music is his love, his fans is his love. That keeps him going. His music and his fans. He lives through his music, and his music lives through him. Being on the stage to perform is his life. Guys took away his life when you tried to mute him. That was a death sentence right there. And you're continuing to try to break him and kill his spirits. You're continually to try to break his supporters and kill their spirits, and just say, hey, just give up. We don't want you to support this human being, Robert Sylvester Kelly. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep pressing until he taps out. Either way, why is this? Then I continue to ask the question, like, enterprise. An enterprise. So I did a lot of looking into like enterprise and the type of enterprise you're trying to label Robert Sylvester Kelly. This enterprise should be of a person trying to make money off sex. But you guys flip the script a little bit and say, hey, he got this enterprise to receive sexual pleasures. I'm like, my goodness. Do you know how many celebrities, well-known, wealthy artists, you know, actors have women throwing their vajayjays at these men? And like, say it not, that's not so. Say that you guys are not having the audacity to say that this man groomed himself, saying, I'm gonna grow up from the poor. I'm gonna sleep under a bench. Get up in the mornings, play a little ball at the beach, and then get my chitlin bucket and go to the freeway, subway station, perform and sing till my throat, I can't even sing anymore. Having a thought in my head, I'm gonna do this so I can become famous to get vagina. I said that is unheard of. Doing my research, Robert Sylvester Kelly said he had a rough life. They were poor. And he went into the subway and sung himself till he couldn't sing anymore to make money to pay bills for his mom and himself, you know. He needed to eat. I'm poor. I have to survive. I have to eat. I didn't become famous for vagina. And if he's a predator, as you say, a predator's not gonna have that mind thinking and mind frame to say, hey, I'm gonna make it big so I can get vagina. The majority of the predators run around, they take it and they force themselves on vaginas. Those are real predators. You have, and then I thought about, like, first, how in the world this man is doing all this hard work, singing in the studio, dropping music 2 days to 4, even maybe 5 days straight without leaving the studio to make music for vagina. I'm like, make it make sense to me. Then I had a thought. I'm like, this man is going to rehearse, go on promo tours, go on radio station interviews, television interviews, do appearances, tours, concerts, shows, all in the name of vagina. I never heard of that before in my life. I was a promoter. I made some phone calls. I called different artists that I know. I said, would you go and build your career and do all this singing for vagina? They laughed. I did this because I wanted to get out the hood. I wanted to make money to get out the hood. I used to slang dope, one artist told me. And I didn't want to do that no more. I had a talent. I used my talent to make money so I can take care of my family. I wanted to take care of my family. He said, now, the vagina came with it. You have women throwing their vaginas on you And you get so tired of it, and you got to have your bodyguards to protect your body from the vaginas. I started laughing. I'm like, you're right, I know. I have witnessed it myself. And I speak this because of my experience in the music world with artists. You have females that will sleep with any and everybody to get to the big fish. And I say that artist because she's looking at the fame, the fortune, the VIP treatment, and all that. You even have females that will actually sleep with an artist, take a picture, post it on social media just to say, I slept with this artist and she felt important because she gave her vagina to this artist. He didn't take it. He didn't snatch it. He didn't rape her. She willingly gave her vagina to this artist. So I need to get my 15 minutes of fame. Hey, just like this female, Lil Wayne. I watch Bow Wow. He's always on Instagram. And he had a house full of people. Entourage. Girls coming over, bringing their bags. Don't even know them like that. But, hey, I'm going to bring me some clothes because I'm going to spend the night with Bow Wow and his entourage. And they're sleeping on the couches, the floors. And I actually say, hey, Bow Wow, be careful. You don't want to go through what R. Kelly, and I put in R. Kelly on that. I call R. Kelly Robert because he's a human being. So I said, you don't want to go through that. You don't want to go through that, Bow Wow. They're laying on your couch, but later on they'll say that you did something to them. As I continue to dig deep and do my research, and I pay close attention to what these females say, and I'm like, you have a lot of these females that's really upset, and that's with some of the average females that's running around here dealing with the average Joe. They're upset because they're not in the circle anymore. They missing the celebrity style. They're missing not having all the luxury that they had before. So then I was in thought, I'm like, this big enterprise, a person that's running around here doing all this hard work, all just doing tours after tours and shows after shows, appearances after appearances, and celebrity appearances, and putting down albums after album after album after song after song after song. He did all this without writing the music. So he had to stay in the studio. And immediately he can be in the car and he can have a song in his head, because that's what he was doing. He would put the music in his head. He would store it in his head. Immediately, I need to get to the studio. I need to drop this track down because it's in my head. So I'm not going to leave out and mess up my vibe. That's what a lot of artists do. Then I thought about it. I was like, yes, he had a bedroom in his studio. And a lot of you don't know that because now we're focusing on R. Kelly, the brand. If you do your research, go around, talk to the majority of the artists, especially R&B artists and rap artists, hip-hop artists, they have studios in their homes. They have the studios and they have beds in there. That's because when they have the vibe and they're set in this mode, they don't want to interfere with that by leaving out, because then it's going to take away their train of thought, into getting this song down. So the majority of them stay in the studio. A lot of them have contracts with record labels, and so they have to have a certain album made at a certain time, and they have to be finished at a certain time, or they're in big trouble with the record labels. So they stay in there in the studio until they complete the album. So of course I need to lay my head down, or the people that's working for me, they need to rest, because I'm gonna be up doing this music, and we're gonna stay in here until I finish it, because I have the vibes. I don't want to lose that. Okay. So then I thought about it like, if this guy Robert Sylvester Kelly is running a successful enterprise for 30 years, why is a guy that's worth $800 to $900 million is struggling, living off his royalties? Why? Why his house not paid off? Why studios not paid off? You have to ask yourself why. I can tell you why. Doing my research, you had greedy people in his circle that for years taken advantage of Robert Sylvester Kelly by using non-factor women that wasn't even involved with him to get money so they can get their 1/3. You had people that work for him that give them false documents that say one thing, but they're actually using the real documents, showing him, hey, this is what this is about. He trusted them, their word, because he didn't understand some of the words on the documents. They have different numbers on there, a smaller amount. This is how much you're going to make. And actually, he's making $1 million, but they telling him he's going to make 100,000 to 200,000. And they take the rest without him knowing. I looked at him like, wow, Robert's been a victim all his life, childhood on up to now. Then you say, hey, we have to support the victims. I say, victims, you're innocent until proven guilty. But hey, I guess his court is outside of the court. So hey, who is for me to say, okay? Things are being changed up as we speak, okay? I never seen anything like it. With the court, with the law, with the Constitution. I never seen anything like this in my life. And I say, okay, you guys are supporting the victims. So I'm like, you have a guy here that dealt with trauma in his life, molestation, man and woman molested. Then you have this young man experience death with somebody he truly loved twice. Then, doing your research, you find out, hey, he got other disabilities. Okay? I'm not going to go into that details on this day, but my findings found a lot as far as disabilities. Not just a learning disability, not just dyslexia, but other disabilities. We have people in the circle that known this for years, but hey, we're gonna keep them that way because we just trying to survive. We're trying to make it. We're trying to live. But I'm gonna end this with this. You have a guy that Robert Sylvester Kelly that has tried to help all people that was going through what he went through. Poor, you know, just trying to make it, trying to survive. You know, sometimes didn't have food to eat. And so he tried to reach out and help people like that. So a lot of people didn't understand, why he picked that lady? Why he dealing with that lady? Because he can understand them because, hey, he had nothing. So I'm not going to toot my nose up at them and act bigger than them because I used to be one of them. But then at the end, after he went through the indictment in 2002, after he went through his throat surgery, he began to see things and notice, hey, these people don't care about me. They walked away from me when I needed them the most. Who was there for me during my trial? Who patted me on the back and said, you've been there for me. I'm going to be there for you. I know you didn't do it. But what they say, hey, F him. It ain't me. I got what I wanted from him. And they walked away and turned their back. So now after he started winning people out his life, 2008, now you have people sitting back in their little apartments watching this man grow, watching him being famous. And I'm angry because I'm no longer in the circle. He's no longer feeding me. Then throat surgery comes. The people that was around him say, hey, shit, he ain't no value to me no more. Hell, he can't even sing no more. He having throat surgery. He'll never sing again. They walked away. So now Robert begins to not trust anyone. So I don't need anybody around me. I don't need all of this. You have people that's trying to get back in the circle because they miss their life. They miss the gravy train. They miss him being DHS. And for those who don't know what DHS is, that's Department of Human Services, where they give you fundings and you don't have to work for it. Okay, to try to help you and hoping that you will grow from it, which the majority of them didn't do. Okay. I'm looking at the women that signed these settlements, that accepted settlements for alleged pain and suffering. And you look at it like, okay, what you do with all that money? So now that money is going. I can't get back in his life no more. So now maybe I can join the Lifetime Alive and get sympathy and get famous and get me a GoFundMe account. I can become a model. Ooh, if Kim Kardashian did it, why can't I? So I'm finna get some sympathy. Oh, matter of fact, I hear some of the people that's working on this production for the Lifetime Alive, they also affiliated with the reality show Love and Hip Hop, Growing Up Hip Hop. Hey, I can get me and my family on there. Yes, I'm gonna partake in these Lifetime Alive. He's not doing nothing for me anyway no more, so the hell with him. I'm just trying to get famous. Hey, Kim Kardashian did it. Then when I thought about Kim Kardashian and sex tapes and, and things like that, and it was like, well, Rob was trying to buy his sex tapes back. That's extortion. So I thought about Ray J and Kim Kardashian's mom. She was like, hey, this is an embarrassment to my family. My daughter is laying in bed giving oral sex to this African American man that's well known. I need to buy this tape. So, hey, she offered him $1 million. So a lot of people feel like, hey, this man trying to get his private property back with his personal bedroom life that he don't want out in the public. He's wrong for that. But, you know, Kardashian family wasn't. They actually became millionaires and billionaires off this one bootleg tape. Okay? This man doing rehearsals, shows, and appearances, and not to mention that he also have to, go and do his videos, make his videos, go in and edit it, let them know how he wants them. And when I said he has tracks after tracks after tracks after tracks, not to mention doing, producing music for other artists, and they stand in the studio for 2 days working it, And I'm looking, and I'm just trying to check this out. Can y'all see on that stage, can y'all, do y'all see any underage girls? Can y'all see, I'ma just guess. She underage. Oh, she underage? Okay. That girl, they're underage. Get the hell out of here with that BS. Get the hell out of here with that BS. This is unheard of. I never in my life, this is a history in the making. A guy do all of this just so he can stand on stage and look to see if he can pick out some young girl. Come on. Really. And he's doing show appearances. He's doing award performances there. He's performing at the award shows. So you got to rehearse for that as well. So this man is a sex addict, you claim. I say different. I say he's a music addict. He's in love with music. He's addicted to music. And to choose sex over music, I don't think so. This man will pick his music over sex. That's why these women are stupid enough to sit in a waiting room for 2 or 3 days waiting on this artist and will not walk out and go away because they don't want to miss anything or lose anything. So just look at this here and tell me, this man have to manipulate somebody to get sex? He gotta steal sex? He gotta rape somebody for sex? He's on stage to look for underage women? Really? And what parent will bring their child to a R. Kelly's concert? Okay? That's another thing. He's down now. I see him walking down. I don't see him taking the time to stop and be like, let me stare her and see if she underage. But let me, go down here and thank my fans for showing me love. Let me go down here and thank my fans. You got women trying to pull him. You see security trying to pull him away. Come on. Come on, people. Never in history to hear that a man is going down and formed an enterprise just to seek out sex. Are you serious? And with them dark ass shades on, if I'm looking for something, I'm gonna have my shades off so I can see real good. I'm just not getting it. I work hard just so I can seek out some vagina. Boosie said it best. We pushing vagina away. Every night we pushing vagina away. If I touched her, she touched me back. As Boosie say in his words. And I just find this unbelievable. I can go on and on, but I'm finna get off here. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to Texas Black Diamond Entertainment. This is your girl, TBD. Please like, share, and subscribe. Push the notification bell twice. And let's continue this movement. Because at the end of the day, this justice system is out of order like it's been for decades. Seems like it's getting worse now. Just open your eyes and wake up, you guys. You have a good day.